German under-23 champion this year, but she hasn't broken 23 seconds, and that's a tough old lane draw for somebody who is, in many respects, an outsider. Shericka Jackson, the Jamaican 200 champion this year, working on her speed this year. She's better known as a 400-meter runner. She has run 49.83 a couple of years ago. It's her birthday tomorrow, Jackson. Will she give herself an early present? This will be the athlete who might stop it, Jenna Prandini, the US champion, third in Rabat on Friday, to Miller Weibo and Asher Smith of Great Britain. Nina Asher Smith. Jennifer Galais of France goes in 5. Third in the French Championships, Jennifer Galais. Anna Kiełbasińska, semi-finalist of the World Championships 3 years back. Went out in her heats in this stadium last year, but 3 times the Polish champion. Good lane draw for her, lane 4. Beth Dobbin, well, she's in fabulous form as the 24-year-old rather, excuse me, UK champion at the beginning of this month in a new personal best. She missed the Commonwealth Games qualifying time for Scotland by 1/100th of a second, but boy oh boy has she come back with a vengeance. Her last 4 200s have been personal bests. Inside the Britain in 3 is Gulfen Huang, or Huang Gulfen. She goes in 2, only 20 years old, better at 400 metres. And then on the inside, Justine Palfreman, 6th in the 400 yesterday and 7th in the 4x400 metres relay for South Africa. This is her 3rd race of the weekend for Palfreman on the inside. Well, Shericka Jackson, there she is. Perhaps starts as marginal favourite on paper ahead of Jenna Prandini. She's in lane 7, the Jamaican. Suffered a slight blip in Lausanne last week. She was only 3rd in 22.8. But birthday tomorrow, what a good time to give herself a big result. That line up from the inside again. Palfreman of South Africa in 1, Huang of China in 2, Dobbin of Great Britain in 3, Kiełbasińska of Poland in 4, Galais of France in 5, then Jenna Prandini, US champion, in 6. Jackson in 7 in that yellow vest of Jamaica. Vesoli in 8 for Germany. But Prandini is blasted off and already has passed Jackson. Well, she's better known as a 400-meter runner, Shericka Jackson, for Jamaica in that yellow. Will she come back here at Prandini? The American being closed down. They're way ahead at the moment. It's going to be very tight. The Jamaican's coming. She's getting closer. She's going to get down. She takes it by a metre. Both of them 3 or 4 metres ahead of the 3rd placer. What a wonderful race. Prandini maybe expended too much energy in the first 50 or 60. She absolutely blasted out of the block. She ran it like a 100 metres around the bend. And I know, Tony, you'll have a view on what she might have done right or done wrong in that one. But Shericka Jackson was hunting her down, wasn't she? She's the bronze medalist from Rio over 400 metres, and she ran it like a 400-metre runner. Really patient there through the second half and through the last 50 especially.
I think the instruction had been there to get out hard, try and break the stagger on the outside, put the others under pressure. But like you say, if you expend too much energy, you're not putting your hips in the right place, not coming home particularly well. Let me talk to somebody who knows more about 200 metres than me. Catherine, what do you say?
It went completely to plan.
Can you remember that long ago, Kat?
I can indeed. I can remember running nearly that fast, but not quite. Your short sprinter, Jenna Prandini, got out like a rocket, and the strength and the speed endurance of Jackson with that 400-metre speed endurance just clawed her back. It was a wonderful race. The world number 2 against the world number 4. These are 2 of the fastest women in the world over this distance, and it was a wonderful race that we hoped. Look at the technique, holding her form. Jackson's not tired. She usually runs 400 metres, but that's a good turn of speed. Look at what she clawed back over the last 60 metres. And I can tell you as a sprinter, you're like, she's coming, she's coming. They will know Shericka Jackson's coming with her 400-metre strength. That was a brilliant race.
But if you watch Prandini coming off the turn, she doesn't get up.
Before Shericka Jackson became one of the greatest 200-meter sprinters in history, she was already giving glimpses of the brilliance that would later redefine women's sprinting. This race came at a pivotal stage of her career, when she was still recognized mainly as a world-class 400-meter runner, but had begun testing herself over the shorter sprint distances. Looking back now, it is remarkable how many of the qualities that later made her a global champion were already on display. The lineup featured several outstanding athletes. Jenna Prandini of the United States entered the race in excellent form and was considered one of the leading contenders after producing impressive performances throughout the season. Great Britain's Beth Dobbin was also enjoying a breakthrough year, while France's Jennifer Galais and Poland's Anna Kiełbasińska added further depth to a highly competitive field. Every lane was occupied by an athlete capable of producing a fast performance, making this an ideal test for Jackson's developing sprint ambitions. Although Shericka had already earned international recognition with her Olympic bronze medal in the 400 meters, many still questioned whether she possessed the raw speed necessary to compete with the world's best over 200 meters. What followed would provide an important answer. The start belonged to Jenna Prandini. Reacting sharply to the gun, the American attacked the curve with tremendous aggression. Her acceleration was explosive, and she quickly gained ground on Jackson despite the staggered start. Through the opening half of the race, Prandini looked completely in control, running with confidence and putting immediate pressure on everyone behind her. Jackson, however, never appeared concerned. Running smoothly through the bend, she avoided the mistake of chasing the early pace. Instead, she trusted the strengths she had developed during years of competing in the 400 meters. Her stride remained relaxed, her upper body stayed composed, and every step looked effortless despite the high speed. As the athletes entered the home straight, the complexion of the race began to shift. Prandini's aggressive opening started to show its cost. Her cadence became slightly less fluid, and the powerful momentum she had built around the curve gradually faded. Jackson recognized the moment instantly. With around 60 meters remaining, she began producing the devastating finishing speed that would later become one of her trademarks. Her turnover increased without any visible tension, and each stride carried her closer to the leader. While several athletes struggled to maintain their speed, Jackson appeared to accelerate. Meter by meter, she erased the gap. The closing stages became a demonstration of controlled power rather than desperation. With complete confidence, she moved past Prandini before the finish line, turning what had seemed like an American victory into an impressive Jamaican triumph. More importantly, the race revealed the blueprint for Jackson's future success. Her patience under pressure, exceptional running mechanics, and remarkable speed endurance allowed her to finish stronger than everyone else. Those qualities would eventually help transform her from an elite 400-meter specialist into one of the fastest 200-meter athletes the sport has ever seen. Over the following years, Jackson refined her sprint technique, improved her maximum velocity, and consistently lowered her times. She would go on to win global titles, challenge historic records, and establish herself among the greatest female sprinters in history. Watching this race today feels like witnessing the beginning of that incredible transformation. The victory itself was impressive, but the manner in which it was achieved made an even stronger statement. Shericka Jackson was no longer simply experimenting with a new distance. She was proving that she possessed every ingredient needed to become a future superstar. The calm execution, tactical awareness, and devastating finishing kick displayed here were early signs of an athlete destined to leave a lasting mark on the history of track and field.